Hey guys, this is Nate from RunDreamAchieve.com. Hope you're having a great weekend. Today's video I wanted to talk on mainly the topic of heart rate monitor training because I've had a lot of questions from people that have visited the YouTube channels and my subscribers and folks on RunDreamAchieve.com as well. I've asked questions about what is the proper heart rate training zone that you need to be training at to get the best results. What I say on these videos is just my own opinion. So obviously there's no right or wrong. I mean, there's so many different viewpoints from people all over the world that are either coaches or athletes. There's beginners that know more information than I know, even as an athlete with 28 years of experience. We all learn from each other. So, if there's things on these videos that you don't agree with, I totally understand. It's just, it's like I said, it's only me basically discussing some of my own experiences, and hopefully with what I have to say will help you out. Over the years, I didn't really start training with heart rate monitor training in terms of, in this particular topic, we're talking about low heart rate training and as well as high heart rate training and how you can get better results by training at low heart rates as well as training at very high heart rates. So I never really started training with heart rate monitors until 1995 when I started being coached by Jack Hazen at Malone University. It was my freshman year of college, and all through high school I never really focused on heart rate monitor training, but it wasn't until I started being coached by Jack Hazen, who's literally one of the best middle to long distance running coaches in the world at Malone. So in terms of the heart rate monitor training zones that you need to be training at, this is really where I want you to focus on in regards to this video. All through college, all through training at Malone University under Coach Hazen's coaching, we kind of revolved all of our training around Dr. Joe Vihill's philosophy of training. And Dr. Joe Vihill is one of the world's most renowned exercise physiologist in the world, and he was and he's still one of the top coaches in the world as well. He was a coach at Adams State University for about 30 years, and kind of a lot of what we focused on at Malone revolved around his mindset and his philosophy. So the training zones that we focused at Malone were if you're going out and you're running easy, and even on RunDreamAchieve.com, all of my training programs and my courses all revolve around heart rate monitor training. So these particular heart rate zones I want you to be focusing on if you are going to invest in any of my courses or in my training programs. Running easy, okay? You need to be running between 120 to 150 beats per minute. 120 is on the real low end. It's really between 130 and 150, but as long as you're in that range, you're going to be running at optimal levels, but it's going to be relaxed, easy. It should be conversation pace. At Malone, it was between 120 to 150 was easy effort. Moderate effort was anywhere from 150 up to 160 beats per minute. When we started focusing more on training at the anaerobic threshold, which is your AT pace or tempo pace, like we all know as distance runners, middle distance runners, usually AT pace for us at our heart rate, wearing heart rate monitors, we always focus between 165 to 172 beats per minute. Sometimes it could be around upwards up to around 174 beats per minute. Really anything above 175 beats or higher is you're training at your aerobic capacity. You're training at paces and efforts that you can only spend anywhere from a few seconds to a few minutes training at. Examples of this are getting on the track. Obviously, you do not really want to be focusing on heart rate monitor training while you're doing repeat thousands, repeat Ks on the track, repeat 800s, quarters, anything like that. You really want to focus on heart rate monitor training more so for recovery. So in terms of low heart rate training, if you're training at low heart rate training, you want to really focus on using the heart rate monitor for recovery runs and making sure that you're running relaxed and easy enough that you're recovering from those hard anaerobic efforts that we talk about. And all these other videos I made where you're getting on the track and you're doing those repeat miles, repeat 2 miles on the track, repeat 200s, 300s, those really hard anaerobic efforts where you're really only going to be able to spend, like I said, a few seconds to a few minutes running at those efforts. Your heart rate is going to be closer to your maximum heart rate. Okay, so heart rate monitor training, it's not something you want to rely on heart rate monitors all of the time. It's just really important to, if you've done a hard workout, it's very important to wear a heart rate monitor every once in a while so that you know that you're running at the exact heart rate zone that you need to be running at, so your heart's recovering from those hard anaerobic efforts. It's very easy to, especially when you get fitter, you think you're running at a relaxed pace, but you're not. You're still running too fast, and a lot of times athletes don't get the results that they're looking for because they continue to push and push and push, and they don't back off when you really know you should. But a lot of athletes all the time, they get so fit, they get so hyped up in their training, and I know too because I made the mistakes over the years as well, that we run too fast. Even on recovery days. I mean, I've known athletes that kind of get hyped up on pace and worry about, how many miles a week I'm running, or how many kilometers a week I'm running, what pace per kilometer running, or pace per mile I'm running on my easy days. And they kind of like to discuss it. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to how smart you are training. You got to get beyond the hype and worrying about how many kilometers a week you're running or how many miles per week you're running. We're athletes, we like to openly discuss our training and things like that. At least I was in the past. Now I'm retired from competitive sport, kind of retired from competing in 2018. So now I really focus on getting athletes online that are either watching my videos or going to RunDreamAchieve.com, or if they're focused on nutrition, they're going to NutritionGeeks.com. My role now more is really to motivate you and to get you outside of your comfort zone. I'm not one of these athletes and now a businessman that's going to tell you fluff. You need to get out of your comfort zone. You need to stop thinking like the status quo and stop thinking like normal. Normal surrounds us all. So you need to start thinking of different ways to get better results by working smarter rather than harder. Get beyond this idea of you have to work hard to get great results. There's a lot of very hard-working athletes that don't get the results they're looking for because they continue to push. They know how to work hard, but they haven't been taught really how to work smart. And you don't really start working smart until you've experienced the setbacks and you start using tools like heart rate monitor training and knowing what paces you're supposed to be hitting and what efforts you need to be running at. That takes trial and error. It takes, there's ebbs and flows with our training. So make sure that when you're thinking about your heart rate monitor training, that you're focused on the exact paces that you need to be hitting at, the exact efforts. So again, easy pace, 130 to 150 beats per minute. Moderate effort, between 150 and 165 beats per minute. AT pace. If you're running closer to about 92% to 94% of your maximum heart rate. And this is also based on age too. So if you're in your 20s, your heart rate's going to be much higher. You have a higher maximum heart rate than somebody that's, say, that's my age, 44. So AT pace is going to be anywhere from 165 to about 174 beats per minute. And then when you want to start training at your aerobic capacity, you're training at much harder efforts. That may be repeat Ks on the roads, or repeat 400s or repeat 100s on the roads, things like that. You're going to be closer to your maximum heart rate. So anywhere from 175 up is going to be where you want to be focused at in terms of heart rate. So low heart rate training, very, very important in terms of those recovery days. When you want to get out and you want to run nice and easy and long for your long runs, like I said, I always focus on every other weekend running a harder paced long run. So you start teaching your body to clear lactic acid faster than it's building up. So I hope this makes sense. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment below this video. If you're brand new to the channel, welcome to the RunDreamAchieve.com channel, YouTube channel. Feel free to click on the subscribe button and hit that bell icon. I also have some videos on this channel that have to do with nutrition and Herbalife. So a lot of people don't usually watch those videos. There's not a lot of interaction there. I do see views, but I don't see many people really paying attention to alternative ways to generate income. And if you're one of those people that are sick and tired of trading time for money, or you want to have more freedom, I highly recommend you take these videos seriously, especially the ones I talk about Herbalife as well. Nutrition Geeks is a resource there for you. That's kind of our sister site where I talk a lot about nutrition and business. And I think those are areas that a lot of people are missing. So again, it goes back to working smart rather than hard. How many hardworking people do you know, highly successful, highly educated people that work hard that are barely making ends meet or are broke? I know of quite a few, and I understand this is a major epidemic in this country where 78% of the working population is living paycheck to paycheck. So again, work smart, change your mindset, start thinking outside of the box, stop thinking like normal. Normal surrounds us all. If you want to be a better athlete, you need to start training smarter. If you want to have more time with your family instead of being stuck in an office or a cubicle 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, practically for most people, if you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, I highly recommend watching the last video I made called Why Join Herbalife. It has to do with a presentation by a guy named Dave Severn, a guy that was a former broke CPA, his words, who found a business vehicle and is now a multimillionaire. So listen to that presentation. It's called Pigs Don't Know, Pigs Stink. So hope you have a great weekend. Hope this video was helpful for you, and I will talk to you all in the next video.